What is love? This is for love.
Why does your hair look like that? I mean, I don't get it. Like, so you gonna natural forever? I mean, why don't you relax your hair? That's stupid. Ugh, girl, your hair gonna be nappy? I don't know how you gonna do it. Going natural just isn't for me. I mean, I gotta stick to what I'm doing. Why your hair look like that? I mean, you going natural forever? You ain't never getting a relaxer? So, as you can see, this video is about negative people, negative comments, negative feedback, just negativity as a whole on natural hair. I guess I'll start off with my story or my experience with negativity when I was going natural. And the half of the negativity will come from the people that's closest to you, but they'll joke about it so they think that you're not taking it seriously. But you do. It's unconscious. So when I went natural, well, I won't say when I went natural, when I stopped doing relaxers and my hair started growing out in 2009. Let's start off with my mom. My mom she's old school. I mean, she gave us relaxers because that's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do. She really didn't, I don't think she really looked at our textures, because now she'll just be like, oh, you can tell she thinks my hair is really pretty, but I don't even know why she gave me relaxers. She just said my hair was thick. I'm like, everybody's hair is thick. You want thick hair. Even people who aren't of our African descent, people of other races that have fine hair oftentimes want thicker hair. That's why they always do like the infomercial, the little puffs, or it's always like thickening creams, and you always want that thick, luscious hair. So that's not usually a negative thing. But I can say when I first went natural and I was going through my ugly phase, because trust me, I was a transitioner. And not to say that big choppers don't have it hard, but with transitioning, it is extremely difficult because you are choosing to deal with two textures, especially if you're a long-term transitioner. Majority of my hair was not natural until around spring 2012. Like, that's when I really started with my hair, wearing my hair natural, and noticing that it was pretty much the relaxer was pretty much gone. And that was from 2009, so that's a freaking long time. Anyways, but yeah, my mom would, anytime we had family get-togethers, she would give the disclaimer to family like, oh, she's trying to, do the natural thing. She's trying to go natural. That's why she hasn't had a relaxer. That's why her roots are not perm. And it was so annoying because I'm like, oh my God, why do you have to give this disclaimer? Even my boyfriend, he would joke. I mean, I'll say he was supportive, but he would joke. He called me Drop Dead Fred. Drop Dead Fred. Google Drop Dead Fred if you don't know who Drop Dead Fred is, because I didn't know who he was until I Googled him on YouTube. No, I didn't even Google him. I looked him up on YouTube. And the reason he said that, because my hair was like the orangish, blondish color that you see in my hair journey video, and it was like all crazy in the front because of my roots. So that was our little like inside joke. And to this day, I get on him because I'm like, I can't believe you called me Drop Dead Fred. But anyways, but the outside in dealing with, and I would get like the Shaka Khan, Sister Soldier, Afrocentric from all my family and friends, but it really didn't hurt from them, because it's like, okay, I know, it holds some truth. Best believe that anytime someone's joking with you like that, it holds some truth, but it's not with harsh intent. But I can remember the most memorable thing that someone did that I didn't know. We were coming from, my hair was blonde and it was crazy kind of, but it wasn't straight. I was wearing Bantu knots, but it still wasn't blending with my roots or whatever. But it was, it didn't look bad. It looked like I was pretty much natural. So So this dude walks up after the club. This is college. We just got from the club. We had McDonald's. Everybody went to McDonald's. And he walks up, touches my hair, touches, like it's like, ew, like a bug, like, ugh. Touches it and like says, what is this? And at that point, I had to keep my composure because I'm like, I can't. Not only did this person touch my hair, but he had the nerve to say, "What is this? What is this?" So that's when I realized that the negativity will come from going natural, whether it's looks or whether it's. For me, it wasn't the ugly phase where I got negativity. It was the afterwards. It was when my hair started looking good. Because, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me, right? But when my hair started looking good, it was growing, it was natural. That's when I got your hair turned out great. Your hair turned out great. Or stuff that gave the hint that, your hair was looking pretty messed up. I ain't know where you was going with that move, but I'm glad that it turned out good. Because girl, you went through the struggle, but you made it to the light. You definitely made it to the light. But how to deal with those people. And I'm coming from, I was a long-term transitioner, but this is just for big choppers or long-term transitioners because the struggle is real. Like, y'all, you just have to be, for me, what I had to do is think about the outcome. I used to go on Tumblr all the time, and it was this freaking blog. I can't remember the name of it, but it showed all these girls with natural hair, and they were just so bomb. And I was like, I cannot wait until my hair grows out to that length, or when my hair looks like that. And yet, you're not supposed to compare, but that's what got me through. And sometimes you have to do what is gonna get you through. I shouldn't have been like, hoping my hair turns out like that, but it was all textures. It just wasn't one texture I was looking at. It was from 3C to 4C, where these girls were like bad. Like their hair was on point. You know what I mean? Because for me, it was different. It was about being different. So anything that looked like extra, just out there and just bomb, I was like, I can't wait. Like, I'll go through this ugly phase. I will definitely go through it gladly. Because when I get there, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me nothing. You know what I mean? And like, that's the approach you have to take. Like, for those of you that might be receiving negativity from your family, sometimes you might have to sit down and have a talk with them. Like, I literally had to tell my boyfriend, because at one point, he didn't understand shrinkage, and at this point my hair had just got chopped by the stylist, so anytime I wouldn't wear it straight, it would be like up to my ears, you know what I mean? And nothing's wrong with that length, but I had never been that length ever in my life, so I wasn't used to that. And he would, not knowing, not with bad intention, but he would say, did you cut your hair? And that would just ruin my whole day, because it was just like, my hair is so short, and it's just like, these people don't know how much it affects you. It really does affect you what they say. Like, I can remember one friend, like, my hair may seem defined when you see it. Like, it seems like, it's extra, defined and shiny. But sometimes in the summertime, like in the middle of July, all that definition goes out the window, and it just turns into a full-blown afro. Like, you wouldn't know I had any texture in my hair because of the humidity. So it was one of those days, and a friend was like, Shaka Khan, and I was like, why you gotta, and this is coming from someone who loves Shaka Khan. I think she's a beautiful woman, but I think that it's a negative connotation when people call you Shaka Khan. It's like, sister, you got an afro. You know what I mean? And when you look at her, she doesn't even have an afro now. Her hair is curly. But, it is what it is. You just have to, as I was saying, you have to sit down with these people and tell them that it really bothers you. Like, for me, it was like, I'm in a sensitive very sensitive state right now. Anything you say about my hair, even if I don't show it, it's gonna kind of hurt my feelings. And yeah, you have a tough skin towards, you know, the outside, but internally it's like, dang, like, you know, when you look in the mirror and you're not having a good hair day, you're thinking about all the stuff that people have said to you, and you just combine those two things, and before you know it, you're thinking about getting relaxer. And I never got to that point, but I did get to the point where I didn't want to really, I guess, really deal with my hair, and that's when I started doing buns, because I'm like, I don't like length. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, so let me just do this because I kind of like this. You know what I mean? And talking to these people and telling them that, hey, like, just don't bring up hair, period. Even if it takes that, don't bring up my hair, period. Like, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's just like anything. If you are insecure about your hair or your body or your situation, just don't bring it up at all, good or bad, you know, because it's just going to make the situation worse. But as far as internally, you just have to, throughout this time, if you're taking a journey, like a hair journey where you're transitioning, or where you're bit chopping and you're dealing with the length of that, because that's really hard too, you really have to find things that's going to build you up to the point where you feel yourself. And when I say you feel yourself, I mean you are feeling yourself. Like, even for me, I pretty much had low self-esteem, like, after I got my hair chopped 2 times, and I didn't like it because it was 2 different textures. It was just looking crazy. And I guess I guess looking at those pictures for inspiration, I kind of found self-esteem through that, because I knew how it would look after the fact. And it is so much more than hair. People think it's just a hair thing. Like, I don't get it. It's just hair, but hair makes, sometimes hair makes up the way you feel about yourself for that day. I mean, it's just like how women, to make yourself feel better, you'll get your hair done, or you paint your nails, or you'll get dressed up. It's just like putting on a nice outfit, or having your nails painted. It's the same thing as that. And it's not a superficial thing. It's just, that's what makes you who you are. You know, your hair is attached to you just like anything else on your body. So it's more of a piece of you than fashion, you know, or anything that's external. So you just kind of have to have that self-esteem. And like I was saying, like, going natural, the term going natural isn't for everyone, holds truth in the sense of you just have to be highly confident. Because a lot of people who say going natural isn't for me aren't confident in their natural self. And that's what it is. It's not, people often think it's a hate thing. Like, they hate the natural thing, or they hate themselves, or they just hate the ideal of not having their weave, or whatever the case may be. But it is a confidence. You have to get so confident in yourself that you will say, I'm gonna look good whether I got a relaxer, whether I'm natural, whether I got a weave, whether I'm bald, I'm gonna look good. You know what I mean? You just have to have, and it's not a cockiness, it's a confidence that will get you through those times when you're not so sure of your hair, because it is hard. It is hard going natural. It is hard to stay natural if you're not really feeling your hair, because it's a journey. I mean, where I am now isn't where I was last year, and where I am today probably isn't gonna be where I am next year. It's progress, you know. Sometimes you have setbacks, sometimes you have, you know, moments where it's a step up. So it just depends on you. You just have to create a positive environment for yourself. If your friends keep on talking about your hair in a negative light, you might have to grow a little bit distant from those friends until you get that confidence in yourself to the point where you don't care what they say. They can say whatever they want to say, because you know, at the end of the day, next year or the following year or the year after that, they're probably going to be coming to you asking you how you went natural. What do I need to do to have hair like yours? And you don't have to think of it like that. You just have to either cut them off or have a talk with them and say, hey, just the whole hair issue, cut it. Don't say anything to me about it. Even family members, I mean, sometimes you gotta get real with them and be like, hey, you know, today is not today. Tomorrow ain't gonna be the day either for you to bring it up. It's not gonna be the day until I bring it up. And that's how you have to approach it. And just create I'm a sticky nose girl, so I write a lot of positive quotes to myself. I used to all the time when I was going through that phase. And pictures, those pictures really got me through because I saved them on my computer. I was like, for me, it was just the ultimate goal. Like, it just came with that fulfillment, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's not about length, it's not about texture, it's about accomplishment. And I can't say that for everybody, but for me, that's why I never really measure my hair with like measuring tape and all that stuff, because it's more so I had an image in my head, and once I got to that image, that was like, okay, that's it. I don't care how many inches off my hair is, or, you know, or I'll look at my hair and be like, oh, okay, this is the product I need to use to get my hair to look like this, because this is exactly how I want it to look, you know. So just be positive. Just encourage yourself. Because trust me, your closest friends, your boyfriend, whoever, your mama are gonna be the main ones talking. I'm telling you. And hopefully your situation is different where you have positivity flowing around you. But for me, I went natural during the time where no one around me was natural. And it's crazy because all my friends went natural now. Like every friend I have that's close to me is natural. And not all of them wear their natural texture, but I mean, they straighten it sometimes, but they're natural, like no relaxer at all. So it's just crazy how things change with the time. So if I had went natural now, it would have been a lot easier because I'm dealing with people who are already natural. But I went natural at a time where nobody was, and I was kind of like the test dummy. Oh, let's see how her hair turns out, and then I'll see about that one. But you know, I mean, like the quote goes, I know the song is old, but I refer this to hair all the time because it's just like, back then I mean, now they might not be wanting you. And I'm not talking about men, I'm just talking about people in general. People are stupid because they don't realize that it takes discipline and persistence to get to the ultimate goal. You're not going to do something today and have that ultimate goal. You're not going to chop off your hair and then your hair just going to be flowing. Or you're not going to stop getting a relaxer and your hair is just curling along and just, you know, it takes time. So once those people, I mean, they might be saying little sly comments now and look at you crazy now. But once you get to where you need to be or where you want to be, trust me, the tables will turn, and then you'll be giving them advice about what they should be doing or what they should do to go natural. And that's just how the story goes. But I hope this helps somebody out there who's going through just the negativity of change. I mean, that's with anything. That's when you gain weight. Physical appearance is something that people are insensitive about. I'll say that, because whether you're gaining weight or whether you chop your hair off to go natural, or whether you got skin issues or anything, I mean, some of the stuff people say can be so harsh, and I've experienced it before with all of that stuff actually. But overall, I mean, it just has to be an internal self-esteem that you build up. You might not have it now, but trust me, if you build it up, you'll be so confident in yourself that it won't even matter what people say, because you already know what the deal is. But hope this helped you guys. Leave your comments below, questions below, and send me like messages. Like, well, I have my email address on here and it says for business inquiries, but if you have like questions about just hair, self-esteem, fashion, just life in general, I like to use that email just for, you know, your stories, because I just believe in dialogue, and if we just kind of communicate about these things, it'll make things so much easier. Because I didn't have this video when I was pissed off that that guy freaking looked at my hair like it was basically a cuss word that I shall not say. But hope this helped, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.